Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to my studio. I'm Crafty K. I run Crafty K Crafts. Well, not like Crafty K Crafts. I just thought it'd be a little tag because, well, it just seemed to have worked when I said it in my head. So here we are. I made something really cute last night, and you can tell that I just woke up because my face looks so tired, and I don't do makeup. I don't like wearing makeup unless I'm cosplaying. Can't blame me though. So I know I gotta get back to leaf green. I just wanted to make this quick video, and I think it's super cute on how it's made. And I just learned how to make these last night. But I've been watching a bunch of tutorials. I just put something on, and then I just made one. And it's this adorable hair bow. And I mean, super adorable. It makes me think of Sailor Jupiter from Sailor Moon with the pink and the green. And I thought, let's make a tutorial of this. So the materials that we are going to need are a sewing tomato, a sewing kit. This is just a sewing kit I got at the dollar store because I'm cheap. A measuring tape. This came in this sewing kit. A button of choice, which, let's see. I kind of want to use... I want to use something a little bit bigger. But nothing too small. I think I'll use this gray one. I also got these buttons at the Dollar Tree. I was going to use it for my knitted headbands, but my knitted headband yarn is too thick. I like to put it on its side because it's just like this or like this, whichever you prefer. I think this way it looks cuter. You're going to need some sewing pins, at least 2 of them. A thread, a needle out of that sewing kit. 2 different size scissors. So to protect your finger with, because it hurts if you poke your finger. And finally, the tool. I'm using like this dark red. So this gray is going to look really nice when the button's sewn down onto the red. And I wish I could like change perspectives here, but I don't have that type of equipment yet. I am going to try and get a tripod for my phone after a Colossal Con. Now the first bow I did was 36 inches long worth tool. I think I'm only going to do 30. Excuse me. So we're going to spool out this much. And then measure it out. So here's 25. $30 and $31. No, 27, 28, 29, 30, and 31. I measured out that extra inch A to give me a little bit more room, and B so I can have a little bit of seam allowance. And for one other thing, which I forgot to list the material, and that is, well, some type of clip to make it stay in your hair. I used a bobby pin. So bobby pins, these little alligator clips, whatever you prefer. So now that I got my 31 inches of tulle cut out, it should be looking something like this. Here's one end, and here's the other. So after we cut out our 31 inches, I'm actually going to take about half an inch off at the very end. And I'm just eyeballing it. And then we gotta trim it a little bit more because I'm a little bit of a perfectionist. So I want these to sell. So this is your last little bit for the hair bow. Now comes the fun part. We get to fold this. So what I like to do is I like to fold my tulle in half like this. And then fold it down. So basically you're going to have a 15-inch on each side. Then you're going to do it again to where it's about, I'm going to say 7.5 inches. So I'm trying to like half everything. And the trick is to try and get the edge folds towards the middle. Now why do we want that? Because it'll give it a cleaner presentation. So now it looks like this. The edges are right here in the middle of the fold. Now we're going to open up the sewing kit. And they got 2 sewing pins. They're just standard little sewing pins with the little orbs on the top. I don't like to say the actual word. Majesty's playing with her mousey. Because I just don't feel like it's appropriate. Unless I'm playing my Pokemon game. And we're going to pin it on each end. And I highly recommend that you use ones of different colors other than your working material. And make sure that they also face this, the way of going out from your working material. So that way you don't poke yourself. this. Okay, so this is folded 4 times. The edges are on the inside. So now what? Well, first I see a little bit of fraying. So we want to fix that. We have to pinch down on the tool. And to pinch down, we just grab it like this, indent it, and slowly squeeze it. This will give us the bow shape. I'm going to tinker with this for a minute until I'm more satisfied with the pinch. Just think of pinching like pleating when you go to pleat a skirt. Sorry it's taking so long. It's just very difficult to actually work with this. I figured out. So after you get a basic idea, take the same color yarn thread. Since I'm working with red, I'm going to do red thread. You're going to measure out. Rule of thumb is that you can measure out a yard, or if you're average size, a yard of something between the tip of your nose to the tip of your middle finger. Of course, there's also not a lot of thread on these small spools. I know I look weird doing this, but it works. So we're going to need at least a yard or 3 feet of spool of a thread. Take out last night's green. Put that in the trash. Whenever I lick thread like this, I kind of think of the little Johnny joke. And this is why you need the sewing tomato. So that way as you work with your thread, you can just stick your needle in your tomato. Or a pincushion. I just like to call it a tomato because it just sounds cute. Then we knot it at the end. I'm doing a basic slip knot like for when I knit. I feel like I'm in more control of it. And then we just get loop around again. And then a third time. I like to do 3 knots to secure that the knot will not be falling out. Plus this tries me to see how long I can actually make one of these. That's actually why I like to do tutorial videos on stuff like this. Now we start from the bottom of the fold, and then we fold this in half. That way we have a clear indication of where to stick the needle, like you see the fold. Then we're going to start from the bottom and do a simple base stitch along the fold. Now this base stitch will actually help create the shape of the bow. And this is where you're going to need your little thimble, so that way you can push the needle through. I'm surprised I'm doing this because I should not be trusted with sewing kits. I should have got my silicone thimble because I can actually fit my little thumb. Opposed to this. This is actually a good way to practice sewing. Honestly, my fingers are getting a little too greasy. Where are... There they are. I get nervous whenever I sew. I'm not gonna lie. Then I'm just gonna pull the thread through until it starts to bunch the fabric. Then go back into the fabric, still doing the same technique. And it's kind of cool that I got all this tool for free. Like, I have a whole box full of it. Because what ended up happening was this woman, she just had a bunch of tooling around. She's like, I have a bunch of tooling around. I don't need it. Does anybody want it? I'm like, I kind of do. Because when I went to Anna Marathon last month, a girl did a Wicked Lady cosplay from Sailor Moon. And she did phenomenal on the cosplay, I'm not going to lie. And, like, if you know Sailor Moon or Hatsune Miku or long ponied wigs, you know how easily they tangle. And she actually took tulle like this and put that over her wig to stop it from tangling all throughout the day to make her cosplay look more presentable for the competition. And I said to my roommate, we gotta remember that for your Riku wigs and your Sailor Moon wig and all this stuff. Because I'm not gonna lie, I am the worst wig caretaker ever. Like, my wigs get so tangled. And when I saw that she was just giving away all this tool for free, I'm like, I kind of want the tool. So she drove to my store and delivered it to me. And I was just expecting a little bit. No. She had a huge box full. It's like a huge Tiny Cats box full of this tool that she didn't need. And then when I explained it to her what we're gonna use it for, she goes, I don't even know what that stuff is, but that sounds kind of cool. And then she checked out my Facebook page, which you can in the link below. And she was so happy because she came out to the fitting room and she's all like, I'm looking for Crafty K. And I'm like, well, that's me. How can I help you? And she goes, oh, good, I found you. I was looking for you. I'm so and so, and I have all that tool. I'm like, oh, hi. And we talked for a brief second. She goes, do you want the tool or do you want all the tool in the beads? I'm like, just the tool. She goes, okay. She comes in and gives me this huge box full of tool, and it's like one of those bulk Tiny Cat boxes. And I start going through. I'm like, well, thank you so much. And we talk for a brief minute, and then she shops around and she goes home. So I want to give her a special shout out in this video, and make sure that you like her page below. She's super nice, and I love her. So that's a thing. Alright, so this is what your bow should be looking like after you've sewn it. I'm going to do one loop around. I do a total of 3 loops around to secure this. Take my needle, push it under, like so. Bring the thread up and do 1, 2, 3, 4 wraps. Hold the needle through the thread. This will be a knot to make sure that it stays secure. Cut it when it's flush. Now we take out the 2 sewing pins. Hi, Majesty. Are we done yet? No, we're not done yet. I'm just really happy with how cute this is looking. Like, I can't wait to wear this. You know that little bit we trimmed off earlier? This is where it comes into play. We're going to take it and fold it over the bow. Like in the center. Merely to hide the stitching. Now the thing is, like, when you do supply trades like what I did, I like to meet in a public space. That way, if anything happens to either party, there's witnesses. Alright, so. I'm trying to do this right. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of a perfectionist when it comes to this stuff. I gotta rethread the needle. Oh, where'd the needle go? Why did it? Oh, there it is. So yeah, we gotta rethread the needle, sadly, because I mismeasured a little bit. For the example of measure twice, cut once, right? We're not gonna need a lot. the red, into the trash. Now this is going to be the awkward part. Because when I got sewed through the bow itself, I got sewed through this middle bit. Where I will secure the hairpin or whatever I use. Well, like I said, I use a bobby pin because that's what I had at the time. And then I have the button. And I've tried to do that whole little finger wrap trick with the sewing needle, and it doesn't work for me. So before you go down in comments saying, oh, well, you should have done the whole finger wrap trick, I can't do that because most of the tutorials I see online are for right-handed people, and guess what? I'm left-handed. And I'm pretty sure that there are left-handed tutorials on there, but like 99% of the population is right-handed. I'm not. So I'm just going to do a couple little knots. And then the first stitch is just to secure the thread into the bow. I gotta kind of unwind all of this because of how the little ribbon bit is pieced in the middle. And now I gotta do the dishes and do panel work today, but it's kind of stupid because the night before last night, when I went to go take it, my roommate went to go take a shower. And when she went to go take a shower, the water was freezing cold. So she's like, fix it, fix it. So I tried to make it hotter and hotter and hotter, and it wasn't not getting any hotter. Like, what the heck? So she's like, it's fine, I'll just take one tomorrow. Well, we go to do the dishes. Still no hot water. And I used to grow up in a trailer park, so I was thinking that our pilot light in the apartment went out. And then she's like, what's the pilot light? I had to explain it to her, and she goes, I've never heard of that. And I start moving things in front of the closet where, like the front closet where we keep our coats and stuff. And I lost the little thimble bit. Oh, right there it is. I just poked myself. This is why we wear thimbles, people. Jesus. Yeah, I poked my middle finger. I was trying to avoid doing that. So then I've made the stitch through the middle of the ribbon, or the bow. That is a lot of freaking blood. Jesus. that's like right by the nail bed. Now that we made that first stitch for the thread to go through, I'll take my button and put the needle, we'll put it on the needle. I don't want to poke myself again, no. Come on, stay on the ribbon. And I go on a diagonal for the for the first little bit, and then I start doing like every which way I could think of. I just prefer to do diagonal because it makes it feel more secure. In my honest opinion. But doing it like this, where you go completely through the ribbon twice, just to secure the threading and the ribbon, and the button itself is kind of menial. But at this point, you gotta be as accurate as you can while trying to sew the button on. So I really don't want to use hot glue because I think it'll make the tool melt. Honestly. And this is also the longest part of the process. There you go. Trying to get the needle through one last time. While we got the ribbon on its back, I'm going to trim off the excess thread from our initial first stitch. Find a way to pull through the thread again. So what happens is the button will have this little crisscross of the thread in it. And I gotta move this down a smidge, and there we go. The thing is, once, like, I could get away with it because this feels kind of secure and sturdy. Plus, you don't want to overload the back with too much thread because you want to put the bobby pin through. Look at it, silly. I have let it go in my head. It's not 2013. I think after this stitch, the bow is going to be done. So again, I want to leave some room for the bobby pin to go through. And I got all this thread left. We're going to grab the bobby pin. Flat side goes in, we take it through. So the back's going to look like this. Front's going to look like this. Now it looks a little lopsided, so all we can do is take out the bobby pin and take it through somewhere else to make it look a little bit more even. Let's do our cast off stitch on our thread and needle. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah, come on. I did not want to go through. Okay. Snip it off. Flat side of the bobby pin goes back through. Flip it out. And here you have it. Look how cute this is. I think this one came out a little bit better for the first one though. But this one feels a little bit more fuller. I think 30 inches will be my preferred length for this stuff. I feel like it just worked a little bit better. So in the next episode, in my next studio vlog, we will actually be getting ready for a Colossal Con. I know I gotta do some more studio vlogging stuff, but that comes and goes because it's not every day I craft. I work, I do my Let's Play. So speaking of which, the next episode will be recorded and uploaded. I'm probably going to put some in advance because I might be doing this during Colossal Con, so I kind of want to put some for a scheduled upload while I'm there. So if you made it to the end, comment your favorite crafting thing to do. And then make sure you subscribe because it'll help my channel out tremendously. I'll see you all in the next episode of Let's Play Pokemon Leaf Green. I'll see you all in the next studio vlog. Bye.